In under 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you guys how you can build an AI voice chatbot that you can start selling to businesses to generate tens of thousands of dollars of revenue per month. This AI voice chatbot will sound like this.
Hello, this is Alex from NeuraFirst. How are you doing today?
So keep watching until the end, because I'm also going to show you my code so that you can steal it and use it for your own business. But before we get started, my name is Smail Alaoui. I'm an AI engineer and entrepreneur. I have been in the online business and the AI world since 2017. Now you're asking yourself, what are AI voice chatbots? Well, in 2023, with the rapid success of ChatGPT, we have seen an explosion of text-based chatbots. The huge majority of those chatbots use a knowledge base so that they can answer questions based on that data source. The adoption of this kind of tools will continue to grow in the coming years. But now, with advanced AI systems like 11 Labs and Whisper, if those tools are combined with modern LLMs, the result is that it opens a whole new set of opportunities: AI voice chatbots. Voice assistants and chatbots have sucked in the past because the language models working behind were not as efficient as ChatGPT or Gemini. There have been a lot of articles on how voice assistants like Alexa, Cortana or Siri have failed. Even Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, said they were all dumb as a rock. Now, with this new generation of AI voice chatbots and assistants, it's not just about asking for the weather or playing your favorite song. These chatbots have a wide range of applications, from customer service to data collection or even therapy sessions, making life easier and actually automating everything that requires simple phone calls. And this is enabled by LLMs because these language models act as a smart reasoning engines. Imagine an AI bot that can automatically make a phone call, sound human, and say the right things given a specific instruction. That's what we're talking about in this video. AI voice assistants and chatbots will be one of 2024's biggest AI opportunities, and now is the time to seize this opportunity. You don't have to take my word for it. There are articles that have been recently published that hinted at this opportunity. A16Z, one of the biggest VC firms, recently published in their newsletter an article that says AI will finally unlock voice-first based apps in the coming year. You also have some articles here and there that confirm this trend. Here it says that the global value of transactions made through voice assistants in e-commerce has increased by 400% within 2 years. That's huge. And it's estimated to be around $19.4 billion as of 2023. So now that you know AI voice chatbots and assistants are one of 2024's biggest opportunities, let's quickly see how they work. So I drew a rough diagram about how those AI voice chatbots work based on my software and AI engineering background. So this is more or less how they work. First of all, you have here a phone API that will make a call to a human. So most of the time, those phone APIs can be, for example, something like Twilio. So they will send a call to the human. The human will pick up the phone and say something, for example, hello. This data will be sent back to the same phone API in the form of audio that you can see here. And this audio will also be sent to a speech-to-text model. So those models, for example, are OpenAI Whisper. So those models are also called automatic speech recognition models. So the output of those is text. So the text will then be sent back to an LLM, in this case ChatGPT, for example. So given a context and a prompt, this LLM will know what to answer back. So the output of this, of course, is text that is sent back to a text-to-speech. So those times it's 11 Labs because it works very, very well as a text-to-speech model. So the output will be audio that will be sent back to this phone API, and the loop will go on and on until one of the agents hangs up the phone, basically. Since there are so many use cases that happen over the phone, what is actually the use case that I chose? Well, I chose to build an AI voice chatbot to reduce no-shows of medical doctors. So now you're wondering, what is a no-show? Well, a no-show is when somebody schedules an appointment at a medical facility but doesn't show up. And that is a big problem because no-show equals no money for doctors. So if there is a way for doctors to automatically remind patients about their appointments, that will directly translate into more revenues for them. So imagine a voice assistant that calls all the patients the day before their appointment to remind them about it and then to automatically update a spreadsheet about whether the patients will come or not. If the patients can't come and want to reschedule, then a real assistant can call to make new appointments. So now that you know voice chatbots are the next big thing and that I'm going to build an automatic appointment reminder, your question would be, how do I do it? Well, the tool I toyed with during the past week is called Blend AI. I put the link on the description. It's a solution that combines multiple AI models and APIs like the ones I showed you previously to make a very good AI voice-based chatbot and assistant. The good thing about Blend AI is that they have both a UI and an API from where you can automate all your AI calls. So how does Blend AI actually work? Well, first you can input your information here so that you can test the call by yourself. However, I think there is a limit of 5 calls each 30 minutes, so you cannot go too crazy with this. But then you can log in by clicking here. I already have like an account, so I can just click here. And then here you can input your number. Actually, the number that you can use to log in can be either a real number or a virtual number, for example through Skype, so either way works. So you have access to all of those features that you can see here. So for example, you can send your very first phone call here, or you can also decide to send a lot of calls through that functionality here. You can also clone voices or even see the transcript of your calls here. Every new account comes with $2 of free credits, so with 12 cents per minute. I think it gives you plenty of room to test out all the calls that you want. One of the interesting features is the voice cloning that you see here. It actually allows you to give your bot more realism when the agent actually calls customers. So recently Blend AI released their turbo version that you can access here. It is apparently super fast in terms of latency, so you can input your information and test it out through here. So yeah, there you go. The API is much more powerful than the UI because you can do so much more. Here the most important request that you want to know is the send call request, because this is the request that actually makes the phone call. We can see here that there are 3 required parameters. The first required parameter is the authorization parameter because it's your API key and it's your way to authenticate. The second one is the phone number. So this is actually the target phone number that you will be calling. Make sure to not include any dash or spaces or parentheses within the number, and to always include the country code of this phone number. So for example, for the US it's +1. And the third required parameter is the task, which is basically the LLM, and which basically will guide how the AI agent will speak and will react based on what it receives as input. Another parameter that is interesting but is not required is the voice ID, which allows you to choose the voice that will speak as the bot, and it can actually you can tune it to make the bot sound more realistic. The most important parameter after the required ones is the webhook, in my opinion, because this one allows you to get the transcript from the conversation and actually trigger some actions based on that transcript, which allows you to really build some nice automations after the call ends. And here in the response you have the status of the call as well as the call ID. And here, guys, by the way, you will notice that there are two versions in the API. We have the V1 and the legacy, and just follow the V1 because the legacy will not be used anymore, so just focus on the V1. So there are so many more things that I could talk about concerning the Blend AI API. So if you want, guys, like an in-depth tutorial about how this API works, make sure to comment it so that I can prepare another video for you. So this is how the UI looks like. This is just a simple button that you will have to press to make the phone call actually. So now let's dive into how the code looks like. Don't worry about the code that I will be showing you because everything will be included in the link in the description. So let's first define your API key and the phone target to call. Let's now write the event handler for the button to be called. Now we'll just be adding a logging message to know that the button has indeed been triggered. Now let's write the headers part that will include your API key. Now let's write the data part. We'll now be including the phone number parameter. I also like to activate the option reduce latency. So the demo I will be showing you will also include the webhook. However, now just for the sake of simplicity, we'll comment it out. Now let's move to the most important part of this API request, which is the prompt. So let's write some context for this prompt. So I wrote your name is Alex and you are a health assistant at NeuraFirst Health. I added some more context here just to guide the agent so that it knows how to react based on what the patient will say. So I'm writing after patients create an appointment, right before the appointment date, you send check-in calls. It's very important that the patient shows up or reschedules to a more convenient time, either works. So now let's add some more context. As you're seeing here, I'm adding more information about how the tone should be. So the tone should be happy and joyful, and also do not mention anything about date or time. And also, if the patient will show up, you wish them a wonderful rest of the day and you hang up. So now I just wrote more information about what should happen in case the patient wants to reschedule the appointment. So this is just to guide again the agent how it should react in case this scenario happens. So now I'm including some examples of how the conversation should look like. So now I just added the conversation that will happen in case the patient confirms that he or she will be coming to the appointment. Now let's add a type of conversation that would happen in case the patient wants to reschedule the appointment. Alright, now we are done with the task parameter. Now let's actually write the line of code that will actually make the API request. And finally, let's write a logging message that everything is done. Alright, so there you have it. So now I will show you what happens when we run this code. Alright guys, so now I will be running the code through my C# console app. However, don't worry about this, because if you run the exact same code that I showed you through the JavaScript code, it should run exactly the same. So let's run it now. I should be receiving a call in like 5 to 10 seconds. Let's wait for it. Here it is. Hello?
Hello, this is Alex from NeuraFirst Health. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm glad
Yes, I confirm. I will be coming.
Alright, thank you for your confirmation. I wish you a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So you see here that the call just ended, and normally the spreadsheet is being updated. So you see it is being updated. So now you understand that this tool can help you automate a lot of things and is very powerful. This is how it will look like once you will launch a lot of calls, and then the whole spreadsheet will be updated on autopilot. I should also note that during the demo there was a small delay between the time I spoke and the time the agent answered back to me. And when I spoke to the customer service of Blend AI, they told me that they are actually working on it on their infrastructure to make it much more quick. Now we'll answer one of the most important questions in business: what's in it for me? And in this case, what's in it for the doctor? So I prepared for you guys an ROI analysis of delivering such AI voice appointment reminder to your client. I feel like the niche of AI and automation agency content creators lack this kind of analysis. So here first you have the current business operations of your client. You should also note that the cells to be filled manually are with this coloration that you see here. So we have first the number of patients per day, which is 15. So this actually applies to US medical doctors, and I did some research, and on average this is the number of patients that they get on a daily basis. You should also input here the average revenue per patient. So on average each patient will pay $80. And you should also here input the total appointments that those doctors get. Of course, you should always make sure that this total number of appointments is always higher than the number of people that show up from those appointments. Here you will also notice that we have the same number of patients monthly than the number of show up, because we just assume that every patient that's come in will go through an appointment basically. And on average in the US there is around 15% no-show rate. You can calculate this no-show rate through this formula here. So basically with this AI voice appointment reminder we are able to divide the no-show rate by 2, because actually I made some research, and most of the time when people implement automation tools, they are able to reduce the no-show rates by 90%. So decreasing it by 50% is like a realistic / pessimistic scenario. So this will bring up 26 extra patients each month, which is pretty huge to be honest. And actually I filled up the selling points that you can pitch to your clients with these color shades. So those 26 extra patients per month will translate into this dollar amount, so a little bit more than $2,000 each month. So you should also input here the monthly cost of your AI reminder. So actually a reasonable amount to price your bot is to price it at around 10% to 15% the total amount of extra income that your AI voice reminder brings each month. So here it's a bit less than 10%. So we come up here with a net yearly increase in revenue of a little bit more than $22,000, which is huge to be honest. And for me the biggest selling point is the net return on investment. So here we can see that it's a bit less than 1000%, which is very good. So you can basically take this ROI analysis reminder. Of course you can access it through the link in the description. So guys, this ROI analysis does not apply only to the medical field, but can also be applied to any industry that heavily relies on appointments. So here instead of patients you could replace it by clients basically. So there you have it. Alright guys, that was it for this tutorial. In case you're new to this channel, my name is Smail. I'm an AI engineer and the founder of NeuraFirst. an AI agency where we help businesses integrate AI into their processes. If you want to have a consulting call and get an AI audit done by me, you can schedule a call through the Calendly link in the description. And as for my code, you can access it through the link in the description below. Also, make sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because in the next video I'm going to show you how you can link Blend AI with automation APIs like Make.com or Zapier so that you can create the perfect AI voice chatbot. Cheers everybody!